Good morning, mathematicians. We're probably going to keep it pretty short today for real, because I do have to go teach. Um, I think my last class of the semester. Could be wrong. I should know such things. I don't, but I should. Probably going to keep it pretty short today for real, because I do have to go teach. Hello, Edit Smith. Hello, Edit Smith and Yamin. Good morning. Some news in the Langlands world. There's a new oh, which videos were you watching? It is. I've got to make some more your proofs are trash videos, and I've got to make some more videos. Got to make some more videos. I think there's a whole bunch of like crackpot proofs on r/colats and r/number theory. And I feel like I'd probably get a lot of views if I just dunked on people. I'd feel a little bit bad, people putting their work out there and then I'm just dunking on it. But then again, they're crackpots, so I don't know. Does it make things better? Does it make things worse? I don't know. I'm teaching. I'm TAing uh, discrete math intro to proofs course. I don't have my microphone set up. Maybe I should. I was just kind of lazy because I'm in a rush and I feel like I don't have a ton of time to chat today. So let's plug this in. I maybe have time. I maybe have time to say a few things. May as well, can't get the AMSR, ASMR, ASMR of me slurping my coffee without microphone set up. There, is that better? You guys prefer that? Oh boy. Um. Oh, you're also teaching discrete math. Nice, nice. How's it going? How is it going? Vix Forever review went, oh wow, why don't I should just make a series of videos where I just go through Vix. Why have I never thought of that? Boris, you're a genius. Boris, you are a genius. Wow. Why have I never thought about this? Oh my god. Oh my god. Genius. Do I get what geometric Langlands is about? I mean, kind of. Oh, you'll be starting. So it's like your fall semester. I see. Yeah. I see. Yeah, this is like, summer semester stuff. So, first, here's the exact opposite. So, speaking of categorical Langlands, this is a new paper from Gatesgory and Raskin, Geometric Langlands and Positive Characteristic from Characteristic 0. Establish part of geometric Langlands conjecture for L-adic sheaves over a field of positive characteristic. Namely, we show the category of automorphic sheaves of nilpotent singular support is equivalent to the appropriately incoherent sheaves. From characteristic 0, and then they get it from characteristic 0. Interesting. I mean, in the shortest terms, good morning, Ken. In shortest terms, geometric Langlands is just a version of Langlands, groups over function fields. So you got some matching between representations of groups over a function field and Langlands parameters. It's couldn't be more simple, right? But then, of course, the modern version looks very different, right? It's supposed to be the modern version is the equivalence between these categories. And do I understand this really? No, not particularly. Not particularly well. I mean, I can squint my eyes and sort of understand this, right? Some sort of category of sheaves on some, you know, well, moduli stack, but, could think about it very, very vaguely as some space whose points, okay, this is heresy that I'm saying, but, points that parameterize principal G bundles on some curve X. And then we've got local systems on its dual group, and again some sort of category of sheaves. Yeah. I want to read like a 25-page concise overview. That's what I want to find. I'm sure there's one of those out there. I mean, a lot of these things have like fancy definitions, but it'd be very helpful for me to have like a 25-page overview. Yeah. Okay, Vixra. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at what's out here. This is interesting. There's some stuff that doesn't seem obviously like nonsense. Wow, this is definitely revolutionary inequality. Okay, this one's gonna be good. Like, I mean, if I didn't know, like, if this wasn't Vixra, I'd be like, this is a totally fine paper, right? Weighted, I mean, I don't know what this is supposed to mean, and it's associated pre-order, but okay. I mean, this seems like a reasonable, like again, a total outside perspective. In this paper, okay, they introduce some pre-order that has something to do with some property on a ring. Okay, sure. Yep. I mean, that all seems like reasonable stuff. So I don't know. Wow, what what is this title? Oh, the Exist. Okay, that's definitely okay. This is complete nonsense. Hey, you just found my channel. What is my PhD? It is in local Langlands. Specifically, I'm thinking about the Kasdan-Lustig hypothesis, and I should have a paper out very soon. Maybe even two. We'll see. Papers always take longer than you think. My undergrad I would not say was in a similar subject, because my undergrad program didn't have like an undergrad thesis or like a main project or anything, so there was no focus. And I was at a undergrad institution that mainly featured people working in combinatorics. However, I did at the end of my last summer, I actually started my master's a little early, because that summer I sort of got started. I did like undergrad research thing with who my master's supervisor to be, and that was kind of in a similar area that involved like, secretly something that had to do with Shimura varieties, but I didn't actually touch that stuff. I basically did differential geometry and Lie theory and programming, and but let's take a look. Let's take a look at this. This paper presents and proves a novel algebraic identity involving quadratic expressions with two parameters B and C. Okay, so this is a nonsense paper. I can tell right away. Because, I mean, Uh, so first off, just coming up with a novel algebraic identity. Who doesn't mean anything. Oh, sorry. I shouldn't say this paper is nonsense. It could all be logically, coherent, but inconsequential. Let's say the identity equates the product of two consecutive quadratic expressions to a structured combination of squares and linear terms of a single quadratic. Okay. Brief overview of the concept and history of algebraic identities is provided. So yeah, again, this is not right. If this was if this was the Gates-Gorey-Raskin paper, yeah, it might be good to have a brief overview. But this is a 6-page paper. You don't need to talk about the history of algebraic identifications. Okay. Well, I shouldn't do a deep dive. I only have like 15 more minutes tops for this office hour. So I shouldn't. Oh, it's in Spanish. En español. Expandimos este producto de lugar. Yeah, I'll do more of a deep dive. I'll do more of a deep dive to these things. Yeah, like I can't. Why would? Whatever. I'll do more of a deep dive into these in a future video. But it is interesting. I have to wonder, like, the psychology of a person to take the time to write all of this up neatly, just to find like and to write all this history and stuff for just a very simple algebraic identity. Oh wow. Oh wow. This is in wow. Proof. Oh my god. This is good stuff. Wow, I can't believe I haven't done this sooner. Okay, this whole channel's vibe is about to change. I am moving away from educational content. I'm moving away from talking about my research and live streams and answering viewer questions. I'm just gonna I'm just gonna be reading this all day. The quadratic has no real roots and does not even approach 0. Wow. This is a why haven't I done this? Oh, sorry, Boris, I missed your question. Any tips for time management pre-registration, or is it supposed to be non-existent? Pre-registration? You mean sorry, I'm not sure I totally understand the question. Like you're waiting to register for courses and you're wondering what to do? Yeah. Or you just mean time management tips in general? I don't know if I'm a good person to ask. This is a weird thing about a PhD is you have to be like, you have this amazing, like you have a lot of freedom, but so you need to also be very like self-motivated. Oh, candidacy, I see. Yeah, so I'm not a great person to ask for other reasons because I don't know. I feel, well, should I even say this? I feel like my candidacy exams here were easier than a lot of other places. So maybe I'm not the best person to ask about that. Because it definitely seems like lots of places have, yeah, the study period is pretty intense. Now, I guess I still had to do some, somewhat difficult exams and, yeah, balancing all of those things. Yeah, I guess time management is supposed to be non-existent. Um, yeah, yeah, I would say you should be making that your main priority when it comes to it, and just hunker down and try and enjoy. I mean, here's the thing. So I don't know. Maybe you're stressed about your quals or whatever, but um, try and enjoy it. Like, um, I think which sounds crazy because maybe you're stressed out about them, but like, uh, you have an excuse to abandon everything else in your life and just do math. Um, so just use that and appreciate it, and I mean, it's a double-edged sword because maybe there's something you want to go out to and do, but so it's bad on that end. But on the other hand, it's like you can use it as an excuse to get out of things. And you can just use it to be like immersed in math all day and have an excuse to be like, oh, you know what, I'm not going to do that, or I'm not going to like do this, or I'll order some I'll order some food on takeout food or something, because I'm too busy to cook, or blah blah blah. So you can really use it to, so try and see the positive. That's what I would say, and just work your butt off on it all day long. Um, People always complain in your PhD program, but like, bro, you could be digging ditches instead. Yeah, 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 exactly. Exactly. You get to write funny symbols on paper all day. Yes, Arcturus, I remember you. How could I forget you jumping into my DMs to talk about how much smarter you are than me and how much you don't care about my opinion? Very memorable experiences. Um, yeah. But there was a question about yeah. So Vixra is MathGen just AI generated stuff or arbitrary generated stuff? Vixra is just another place for independent publishing, um, but it's not. Yeah, it's not just like randomly generated slop. It's human generated slop. Has been around for a very long time. Uh, yeah. The Theoxist coefficient shortcut method. This paper introduces and formalizes Theoxist, an intuitive shortcut for solving a specific class of quadratic equations of the form. What? What's there to solve? What's there to solve? What's there to solve? This is a shortcut as compared to what? Oh my god. Mm. You can make AI slop on MathGen, pass it off as real submissions, and do your proofs or trash on them. Ah, that's true. But no, there's a certain je ne sais quoi that's currently missing. That wow. I mean, it would also be good to see some people's AI slop stuff and to rip those apart too. How many classes of quadratic equations could there be? That's a very good question. Oh, but a limitations section. Wow, 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 wow. Beautiful. Are you still in Crankdom, Arcturus? You remember saying something about L-adic, P-adic, blah blah blah. Yeah, again, you're still in Crankdom. I mean, okay, you typed up some words about L-adic and P-adic Langlands. Uh, this doesn't mean very much. This doesn't mean very much. Anyone can type random words, you know, like Oh, synaptic nerves. Oh, do you think that the synaptic nerves are interacting with the mitochondria inside my pancreas? Look, I said a bunch of words. This doesn't prove that I am an esteemed biologist. So, yes, unfortunately, Arcturus, that still means you're in crankdom. Again, yeah. Yeah, I've told you how you could establish you're not a crank, but I don't know. Here you are. Um, Someone proved the Goldbach conjecture on Vixra today. Oh, interesting. Well, yeah, there's just endless content here. It doesn't prove I have a pancreas. The crankdom zone. Oh well, John, Arcturus here has just been hanging out in the channel in office hours for some time, and they've sent me a bunch of just nonsense proofs, and then I tried to give them constructive criticism and feedback, and then they sent me a bunch of DMs berating me and calling me names and telling me that they don't care about my opinion because they know what they're doing is true. But then they keep coming back trying to seek validation from me, even though I say, hey, why don't you try proving this very basic thing about sets? But then they just keep writing nonsense proofs about words they don't understand and saying, copying and pasting or maybe just memorizing some sentences about, fancy things about Langlands and then writing them and then asking if, the fact that they regurgitated some words, changes my mind about whether or not they are a crank or not. So that's what they're referring to when they say the crankdom zone. Ooh, attempted a one-page attempted proof that pi and the square root of 2 are irrational. Well, Arcturus, I'm sorry to hear that it declines your mental health, but then I would recommend not. Probably shouldn't hang out here then and say say disparaging things about me or to me, and then also just say a bunch of words and ask if that proves that mathematics. If it's not good for your mental health, then probably shouldn't approach it. Let's not be too mean to Arcturus here, guys. Arcturus is only 13 years old, I should also claim. So let's not try and be particularly mean and spiteful or anything. But, yeah. Anywho, I guess that's where we're going to end this office hour. Yeah, so I got to go and teach. So, well, you might be waiting for a while there, Arad, but yeah. Oh yes, yeah, Arad, on your only, well, to that point as well. Yeah, mathematics. I mean, you're not going to get better at mathematics unless you can face constructive criticism. Again, outright derision and slander. Yeah, people being deliberately mean. That's not, of course, those aren't good things. But in mathematics, the only way to persist and to do good mathematics is to meet criticism, valid criticism of your work, and respond to it in kind. Because literally no one does mathematics without making mistakes, and the only way to improve is to seek the guidance of those more experienced than you, such as me, to some of you, Arcturus in particular, as I seek guidance and criticism from other more established professional mathematicians. So on that note, everyone, have a great day. Go prove some things. See y'all soon.